Morning everybody, 18th of July and another day in my daily diaries of how I look after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. Last night was another funny one. Not quite as horrendous as the night before, but during the evening she was again very agitated and restless and all hot and bothered and sweaty. Didn't want to go to bed. So when I eventually got her, to agree to go to bed. It was about, what would it be, 11ish thereabouts. Got her in bed and settled her down. She was a bit restless, so I left her to it and just went back in front and watching on my camera again. But then she started properly. Covers were off. So I kept going in, calming her down, covered her up, calm her down, go out, go back. Then at one point, I went in and covers were off completely. So I took her nightshirt off. Just left her. I put the fan on a little bit on very low. Even though it wasn't exceptionally warm, it was a bit muggy, but just to cool her down a bit. And then she just grabbed hold of me and she just said, "Don't leave me, don't leave me." I said, "I'm not," but she meant there and then. And really gripped hold of me. So I'm stood for 50 minutes by the side of the bed, holding her hand while she held mine tightly, a proper grip I mean. And then legs were going restless, grunting and groaning and trying to turn but wouldn't leave go of me. And every time she turned I thought I can get away here, but no, not at all. 50 minutes. And then I said, "Right, come on, Angie, I need to go out." My legs were killing. I was stood there that time of the night. My Jack Daniels was going cold. But yeah, it was a strange one. That she's never done that before. Mumbling and muttering. And when she said it, because her voice was, again, weren't too bad. It was audible, So it's strange sometimes how it's non-existent. Like the other morning with the PD nurse, it was just non-existent. And yet, last night, I just said it's so clear, not very loud, but clear enough. "Don't leave me," and then gripped hold of my hand. So eventually she started to calm down, but it was constant. 3/4 of an hour, 50 minutes. Constant, just rolling and mooching, that legs were going. It's weird. It's a weird one. It's strange. It really is strange. It's strange to watch, and it's. I don't know. And then, so I left go and got out, watched her, and she's calmed down by that time. Because obviously she must have tired herself out as well. And then I got to bed. Again, I think I nodded off like that on the couch a couple of times. So I got to bed. It was gone 1 o'clock. So I'd covered her up by then because she was lay on her back and just asleep. Covered her up, and then a couple of times during the night. What I did is I put a separate sheet over Angie and a separate sheet over myself. So I think maybe that helped. Well, I don't know, but it seemed to. It wasn't. The night wasn't quite as bad. I've given her 8 o'clock tablets this morning, but again I had to wake her up. And then, since then, about 10 minutes afterwards, I was got out of the shower, and that was it. She's going again. Her legs are going, and and this is where I was hoping the Parkinson's nurse might have said, "No, you don't have to wake her up," but she's still doing it now. I wanted her to leave her in bed as long as I could this morning, because we've got the adult social care worker, whatever they're called, coming with the occupational therapist at 1, as you probably know. And I wanted them to see how she's like just a dead weight, like trying to move a bag of cement around. And when I'm trying to move, I've got a couple of recordings I can show them anyway. But the main thing is I want to push for this bed, this separate bed for her. Well, it'll be easier for me. Because even though I'm not, I'm not a weakling anymore, but I think I'm big enough, I'm old enough and ugly enough now to admit that I do need some help. because it's just physically and mentally draining, because it's constant. There's no rest between it. You know, from the minute I'm getting out of bed, well, once I'm trying to get out of bed, it starts then. It's the physical moving, the mental moving. You've got to think ahead. You know, have I done this? Have I done that? Can I get through the door? Have I opened the door? You know, so it's constant. Washing her. You know, I can wash her. Yesterday, for instance, after tea, washed her. You know, stood her up, washed her completely. Put clean clothes and some clean pyjamas, you know, to sit and lounge about in during the evening. And then she just stood up and said, I want a wee and weed. You know, I don't like talking about this because they're trying to preserve a bit of dignity, but just to give you an idea of, you know, the mental strain it puts on the likes of me and other carers, because then you've just done it, you've just got her out of her day clothes, give her a wash, put the clean clothes on, and now you've got to do it all again. Go out and get some clean clothes, just get her down, wash her again, put the clean clothes on. You know, so it's constant. So yeah, I need some help. I don't mind holding my hands up and saying it. You know, I think we're all guilty of that. We all think, oh no, I'll cope, and you can to an extent. And you do for a long time, and then all of a sudden it just starts chipping away at the back of your mind, and you think, no, and you wake up and it's again, and it's another day, and it's done, and it's like just being on an hamster on a wheel. It's just constant. There's no break from it at all, even when you get your few hours off, if you get a few hours off. You know, it's not. It's hard to describe. I hope if you're not caring for Henry, I hope you never have to witness and go through, you know, what I'm trying to explain to you, because it's not nice. It's not nice. I mean, I'm talking as a carer now. I know it's not nice for Angie. It's certainly, I'd sooner be in my position than Angie's. You know, that's one way of looking at it. You know, but then does Angie realise just how ill she is? Because I don't think she does. You know. Even when the Parkinson's nurse was talking the other day, and she said, like, you know, it's such and such a thing, and you know, it's only going to get worse, you know. And sort of said, I know you don't want to hear it, and I just said, oh, I know that. I think we know that, don't we, Angie? And she just wasn't really listening properly, so I don't really think she knows, you know. But then other times you think, well, she's not as bad as she is, you know, on the dementia side. But it's hard to distinguish which one it is, whether it's the Parkinson's or the dementia, because they do intertwine a lot of the symptoms and things that they do and don't. It intertwines. The BD nurse was saying her mother ended up with dementia, and she used to do repetitive things. Now, such things like she'd go through a doorway and she'd run around up and over around the door frame, every doorway she went through. Now Angie's not doing that, but she's doing things like sitting at the table and running around the edge of the table, constantly backwards and forwards, as though it's some sort of a comfort thing, you know. Which, well, according to the, you know, what you read and listen to people, that's what it is. It's some sort of a comfort thing. But it's weird to watch. And there's no point in saying, what you're doing, which is what I used to do. What are you doing with that? And don't do that. Why are you doing it? Just stop it. What are you doing? You know, it's pointless, because, you know, it's like asking her to stop breathing. It's something she's doing without even thinking about it. You know, so yeah. So anyway, I'm hoping for a positive day today. Some positive results, shall I say? When these two come at 1 o'clock, I'll do my damnedest, shall we say. I don't want to put it on any if I don't have to do, but if I feel it's going that way, I will. And I won't let myself get taken out of the system again. That's not going to happen. It's only by a chance that, you know, the care worker Heidi, you know, has got me in to see her again. She's got, you know, but she's not by accident. Otherwise I'd have still been trying to get us back in the system. So that ain't going to happen again if I need to. And so yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting this bed. That's going to be a massive help. Massive help. You know, I know I'll have to get myself a bed, you know, and get rid of the one we've got, but that's, you know, so be it. I can do that. The same day as Angie's new bed arrives. If I have to do, once I get a date when it's arriving, then I'll get out and get one ordered, get it delivered same day. It'd be the best thing to do. And get a load of new bedding, all for single beds, then, won't it? We've no single bedding. Never no sheets, no duvets, nothing. Oh no. So more stuff for the charity shop. And I need to start packing up and all and getting organised for this move when we move. The surveyor came yesterday and he was happy, everything. He said, no, I said, there's one or two little maintenance jobs that need doing, that's about all. He's only here about 40 minutes. So, yeah, he said, no. He said, I wish there was all as simple as this. So, yeah, fingers crossed, we can go and get out there and find ourselves one and get the ball rolling. Get moved now. Not soon, I want to get it done as soon as possible now, because I don't want to be having to do the move, the packing, the moving, the unpacking, getting the new place straight, you know, and Angie's got, you know, getting worse all the time. Then that is going to get hard work. So yeah, let's get out there and get it done. Find somewhere sooner rather than later. Right, so Friday, it's a bit dull now. It looks like it's going to rain actually, but it don't matter. Still getting out after once the ID and the OT woman has been. We're going to get out as usual on a Friday, meet Angie's sister and go for a coffee and a toasted tea cake and a scone, and then if it rains, it rains, don't matter. We'll see what happens over the weekend. So yeah, alright, thank you for listening for all this me offloading that I keep doing. I know I keep saying it, and I go, sometimes I repeat myself, but I'm just, like I've said a few times, it's just me talking out loud in my head, that's all. And so thanks for putting up with me, thanks for listening, and I'll do another one tomorrow. You take care now, bye.